Oh, we are live! How are we, lads? Come on, the footy! The footy's back! Guys, subscribe to the channel. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah! The Cowboys win it! Woo! Welcome back to the YouTube channel. I'm Nick from Australia. Welcome to the 2022 Betfred Super League semi-finals preview. Wow, CJ, we are down to the final two semi-finals. Wigan versus Leeds. The winner will be in the grand final. The loser will go home. And St. Helens, the back-to-back champions. Saints looking for 4 grand final wins in a row. They take on the biggest underdog in the Super League right now, my team, the Salford Red Devils. What a weekend we've got in store. Wow. CJ, how are you, bro? And how good are these semi-finals going to be this weekend?
Yeah, good evening, Nick. I've been doing well. Obviously, we just had that great weekend the past week. Still registering all that. It's been a good day for me, good week. Finally got a job, so I'm happy.
Congratulations.
Thanks, man. And I graduate on Wednesday, so a lot of things to look forward to. And these prelim finals are something to look forward to as well. A lot of big games.
I genuinely cannot wait for both of these games. I reckon they're going to be crackers. Wigan and Leeds is going to be fantastic at the DW Stadium. That's going to be close to a full crowd or maybe even a sellout. I don't even know. It's going to be a big crowd. And St. Helens against Salford at the totally wicked stadium. And we all know that the St. Helens fans will be there. I'm really interested to see how many Salford fans travel to the game. It's going to be absolutely magnificent. I cannot wait for these semi-finals this weekend. But before we get into the preview of both games, I want to say hello to everybody in the live chat. I can see the chat building up here. We've got SS Storm fan in the live chat. We've got Cody Games PlayStation. Jason Reader, the usual crew, is here. Proenzo Vids is in the live chat. Hello, Proenzo. I hope you're doing well, my friend. The chat's looking nice, so it's good to see some people in the live chat as we speak for the Super League semi-finals. What about this? Unbelievable. CJ, let's get into the very first game, shall we?
Let's do it. Here we go.
And, mate, as we know, Saturday morning, 5 a.m. kickoff over here in Australia, live on Fox and on KO. It is the Wigan Warriors up against the Leeds Rhinos from the DW Stadium. It's 8 p.m. kickoff over there in the UK, 5 a.m. kickoff over here in Australia, in New South Wales. Wigan, Leeds. Wigan, obviously, they are the favourites here. The Wigan Warriors, just the odds on the screen right now. Wigan, they are $1.20. Leeds are at a juicy $4. What a game this is going to be. We're not going to give our predictions straight away. I want to talk about this game for just a moment. Can you see Leeds upsetting Wigan? And if they do, how are they going to do it?
Yeah, look, I'm not going to rule out Leeds. I think they're a big chance to go to the DW Stadium and beat Wigan. Pretty surprised about they're even here in the Final Four, considering the start of the year they had. How they beat them, I really think the halves need to be on, Caesar and Austin.
Yeah.
I don't know if Reece Martin's playing, but...
No, he's out, bro. Not playing.
They need to cover him. Leeds. I think the key for Leeds to win, they need to start fast. I think they need to get out to an early 10, 12, 14-0, 14-6 type lead. So they need to start fast for me.
Yeah, look, I'm with you. I think if Leeds are going to win this game and get to the grand final, they're going to have to start well. I don't see Leeds winning if it's like 8-6 or if it's like
Mm.
6-0. They're going to have to get out to a fast start. If Wigan go 10-12-0 up early, I don't know if Leeds are
Trouble.
going to have – I don't know if Leeds can handle the pressure and hold on. Obviously, Leeds have got a lot of success in these big finals games, but when you're playing Wigan at the DW Stadium in the semi-final for a spot in the grand final, you've got to be pretty perfect. And I think Wigan, they're primed for this. I believe Cade Cust is not playing, so that is a bit of a blow. I believe Tommy Lualai is back for Wigan, so it is going to be interesting to see how this game goes. If Wigan are to win, CJ, how are Wigan going to do it?
What they expected to win, I think Wigan just need to come off the back fence quick. Like I said with Leeds, they need to start fast. Jay Field, he's going to have a big input in how Wigan play.
Yeah,
Tommy Lualai, he has that experience as well. He comes
big
back
inclusion.
his final game at the DW Stadium. So for Wigan to win, I just think the whole team needs to be on, specifically the spine.
If the Wigan Warriors have a completion rate of about 70-80%, I think they'll win the game. I think if
Yeah,
they
I
have
win.
a really good completion rate, if they are able to do what they usually do, they'll be fine. Because I think with Leeds, bro, if Leeds are going to beat Wigan, they're going to have a lot of high pressure speed. Their defense is going to have to be very good, and they're going to have to put
Yeah.
a lot of pressure on Jai Field and lots of pressure on the halves, and don't allow Bevan French to get in open space. You just got to shut them down. You've got to manipulate where they're vulnerable. I believe Liam Farrell's not going to be there either, so that Wigan do have a few out. They are a little bit vulnerable, so they definitely are a bit weaker than what they have been. But in saying that, Wigan's depth is tremendous. It's very good. Leeds are going to have to play a great game to win this, because if we get a good Wigan and a good Leeds, Wigan will win. If we
Yeah,
get
for sure.
if we get an average Wigan and a good Leeds, we probably see a tighter game. So I feel like Leeds are going to have to be almost perfect to win this. Wigan are so hard to beat at home, and look, Leeds are capable, and Rowan Smith has done a great job there mid-year. Leeds have definitely done better than what they were meant to do, especially, the way they started the season. They were horrible at the start. So they've turned it around. They've done well, but Reece Martin is obviously a big blow, so
Oh,
it's going to be interesting to see how this game goes, mate. But I want to know, mate, Wigan, Leeds, who do you think will win the game? By how much? First try scorer, and you know what? Give me a man of the match as well.
I don't want to pick the boring option, but I have to go Wigan.
Okay.
Go Wigan by 8. I don't want them to be there, but it's just my tip. I'll go 26-18 Wigan. First try scorer, I'll give it to Jay Field, someone simple.
Yeah,
And
okay.
man of the match, I'll say Liam Marshall.
On the wing, Liam Marshall.
Yeah, I think he's gonna have a great game.
Yeah, look, I don't want to be boring as well, but I just can't see Leeds winning this, bro. I think Wigan win, and honestly, I think Wigan win well.
Ooh.
I think Leeds will be in this game for 60 minutes, but the last 20 minutes, Jai Field, Bevan French, they'll open them up and they'll run away with it in the end. I'm going to go Wigan by 18 points. I'm going to go Wigan to win. I'm going to go Wigan 26 points to 8. First try scorer, I'm going to go with Bevan French. And man of the match, well, I'm a bit like you, bro. I think Jai Fielder I think he'll be man of the match, bro. He's been good lately, but he hasn't been as explosive as he was at the start of the year. I mean,
Yep.
he will
That's fair.
probably win Man of Steel. We'll find out, I
Probably.
think, next week for Man of Steel. He'll probably win Man of Steel, Jai Field, but he hasn't had a game for a while where he's just exploded and done everything. So, Wigan by 18. Bevan French to score the first try, but Jai Field to be the man of the match. Wigan should win this.
It should.
But I think we all want to see Leeds win just for something different. Obviously,
Yeah, exactly.
it wouldn't be that different if Leeds won, but just Wigan, they're just so good. I feel Wigan will be too good. So I'm going Wigan by 13 plus. You're going Wigan by 1 to 12.
Yep, that's right.
All right. Well, let's go to the other semi-final, and I genuinely cannot wait for this, my friend. This game is on Saturday night here in Australia, 10 p.m. kickoff, live
Great.
on Fox and on KO. And over there in the UK, it's a 1 p.m. kickoff, and it is St. Helens versus my team, Salford. Now, the
Oh,
odds for the game, St. Helens are $1.30. Salford are at $3.25. Saints, Salford, CJ,
wow.
obviously we'll go through it a little bit first, but how impressed have you been by Salford, what they've done this season?
Yeah, look, so at the start of the year, I tipped Salford to come 8th or something. I
Okay.
didn't think it would be a year for finals. I thought just a bit of a rebuild year. But yeah, they've impressed me a lot. I think Brady Croft has been in some terrific form. Ken Seo, Tim Laffey. Yeah, Paul Rowley. I think he's done a tremendous role as coach since he's come to Salford. And to see Salford in the last 4 teams, I don't think anyone expected that. So I've got raps on Salford, so good on them.
Have Salford overachieved this year in a good way?
In a good way, I think they have overachieved for sure. I don't think anyone saw them being in this position.
Yeah, look, I think you go back to the start of the year and you watch everyone's doing their predictions, everyone's doing their preview. I do remember watching a game where I think Salford were playing on the Sunday, and I remember watching. It was a Friday night game. It was like early Saturday morning for us, and I remember, I think Wigan were playing someone, or there was a game on, and I'm talking about the up and coming season. I think it was after the whole KL Wigan game back in round 1, and I remember
Mm.
watching the post game show there, and Phil Clark was on there, and he was saying that everyone's got Salford to come last or in the bottom 3 at the start of the year, and Phil Clark said, "Don't be surprised if Salford have a good year." Everyone said they'll go bad. Phil Clark's one of the only guys I remember saying that Salford will be impressive this year and they'll be better than what everyone expects them to be. And I think he was right on the money with that. I'm not sure if he had Salford in his top 6, but I know he had them to be better than, where Toulouse and Wakefield are. So
Oh, for sure.
a really good call there from expert commentator there on Sky, Phil Clark. But this is going to be interesting, bro. Saints and Salford. Look, obviously Saints are the favourites. They've won the last 3 grand finals. They're looking to go 4 in a row. Salford, underdog story. They have come from nowhere.
Similar.
If Salford are going to win this game, CJ, how are they going to win this? Because obviously Saints at home is very difficult, but Saints are without Alex Walmsley, which is a big blow, isn't it?
Yeah, so that was getting to my first point. First off, you got to take advantage of the disadvantages of Saints. There's no Alex Walmsley there, so they lose a bit of impact right there. Salford like to play a free-flowing, attacking type of footy. So I think, if it players on the edge like Tim Laffey, Kensio, he's really got to
100%.
take advantage of that. Mark Sneed needs to really connect with whether he's pairing with in the halves.
I believe Dan Sargentson will play in the halves.
Sargentson, all right. So I think they need to click. I think Salford just need to do what they've been doing the last few weeks, playing on momentum and free-flowing footy, attacking footy.
I'll tell you what, bro. For Salford to win, it's going to come down to a few very important things. One,
Yep.
Mark Sneed's kicking game is going to
No.
have to be at least an 8, 9 out of 10. It's going to have to be nearly perfect. If his kicking game is off, Salford will get hammered. If Sneed's kicking game is average, Saints will win this game between 20 to 30 points. I have no doubt. If Sneed's kicking games are 8, 9 out of 10, Salford will be in the game. The other reason why I think Salford can win is because they're playing a day game. Salford are fantastic during the day. Afternoon games, day games, dry pitch. It suits the way Salford play. Their ball movement, their attack. They are brilliant at day football. Dry conditions suits Salford straight down to the middle. I think the completion rate for Salford is going to have to be at least 90%, 80%. If Salford make 2 or 3 early errors in the opening 20 minutes because they're a bit nervous, it will hurt them, bro, because St. Helens have got so many strike weapons with Johnny Lomax, Jack Wellesby. They will get them. James Roby. They will kill them early. If Salford make a couple of early nervous errors, Saints could go up 18-0 in the opening 10 minutes. That's how good St. Helens are. So Salford have got to go into this game with nothing to lose. They've got to go in there with no pressure, and they've got to play an unpredictable style of football that's going to concern St. Helens. And I think during the day, Salford can do that. If this game was a night game, CJ, I would go Saints by 20 to 26 points because I feel like night conditions at the totally wicked stadium, St. Helens are nearly unbeatable there at night. But during the daytime, Salford's style of football, the ball movement, the way they attack, it can definitely cause headaches for Saints. So expect Salford to be doing that and expect MOXLEY to be kicking very differently. So obviously, Salford know that Saints are going to put a lot of pressure on Sneed. Obviously, Curtis Sheridan, Sione Mataudia, Morgan Knowles are going to be putting lots of pressure on Sneed. Don't be surprised if you see early kicks on tackle 3, tackle 2, where Sneed kicks to the corners for Ken Seo or Joe Burgess. So don't be surprised if you see that. Also, do you think Dan Suddenson will go awesome at 5'8", or do you think he'll just do a job there?
No, yeah, I think he'll do a job. He'll do what he has to do. He has to be that ball running half. It's just about getting good service to Mark Sneed as well and the others.
I also think the ruck work from Andy Ackers is going to have to be at least a 9 out of 10 as well. You're up against James Roby, the best hooker since Cameron Smith. James Roby is special, bro. He's got everything that you need from a hooker. And then you've that 4-pack. Obviously, Wormsley's a big blow, but Morgan Knowles will step up. Ignatius Parsi will step up. Matautia, Sheridan, all these guys off the bench, guys that they just know their job so well. So Saints are going to be hard to beat, but if Salford can do the little things right, like I just said, completion rate high, kick early, play a bit unpredictable, throw the ball around, get Tim Laffey involved a lot, get the ball to Burgess and Seo and get Watkins involved as well, they can win Salford. They can win, but they're going to have to be at least a 9 out of 10.
Yeah, wow. It's such a big moment for Salford. I'd love to see Salford.
How much pressure do you think Salford have to put on Jack Wellesby and Johnny Lomax?
A lot, I think. A lot of the pressure has to go towards them because obviously that's their strike players who always get Saints over the line usually. So the pressure on them, I think Salford will be directing them, especially in the 100%. Second half if it's a close game.
Yeah, look, I think if Salford are going to win this game, bro, it's gonna have to be high scoring. It's going to have to be like a 24-20, a 22-18 sort of game. If this game is low scoring and we're looking at like 10-6 or we're looking at 12-10, Saints will probably win that. But
Saints 5 on that, yeah.
Salford almost beat Saints earlier this year, and I think they beat by like 2 points or something. I think it was like 14-12. And then, if you remember, about 5 or 6 weeks ago, Salford killed Saints. They hammered them.
Crazy.
So Salford have the style of football that definitely worries St. Helens, but Salford are going to have to be at least a 9 out of 10 to win this one. But what do you reckon, CJ? Who wins this? Who's going to the grand final? St. Helens versus Salford. What do you reckon? Give us a first try scorer, man the match, and a margin.
Yeah, we'd all love to see Leeds Salford, but bro, I'm actually going St. Helens. It's hard. It's hard not to.
You're boring, CJ. How dare you?
Yeah.
Nah,
I'm boring.
I understand it.
Look, I'd love to see Salford go through. It'd be an awesome story, but I'll go Saints. It's just too classy. I'll go 22-14 Saints, so St. Helens by 8. My first try scorer, I'll give it to Jack Wellesby. And my man of the match, I think it'll be... I'll go James Roby. I think he's going to have a big say in what happens here.
Look, I think the other thing for Salford that's a concern, bro, Brody Croft's out because of concussion. Ryan Brearley's not there. So Salford are down on troops, but hey, Salford have come this far. Why would I go against Salford? Salford will win. Salford are going to the grand final. It's going to be a Wigan versus Salford grand final. I can feel it. So just rugby league. And John, if you're watching, Salford are coming for you next week. We're going to be in the grand final, and we're going to beat Wigan in the grand final. We're going to go all the way. I'm going to go Salford, CJ. And I'm going to go Salford by 4. I'm going to go Salford 22 points to 18. First try scorer, I'm going to go with the reliable Ken Seo for the first try. And man of the match, I believe Tim Laffey will be man of the match.
Yeah, bro, it's going to be... We're all hoping for Leeds Salford, but it's going to be so interesting to see what happens.
I think Salford, just come on, Salford. Let's get that grand final. Let's get there. We were there a couple of years ago, back in 2019 against Saints, and we're in that game for a while with Saints, and then they just blew us away the longer the game went. So Salford were there not that long ago, so hopefully we can get there again and hopefully take the most of our opportunities this time. But it's going to be a great game nonetheless. So you reckon it's going to be Wigan and Saints? I reckon it's going to be Wigan and Salford. Do you think Saints and Salford's the game of the round, or do you think Wigan and Leeds is?
Yeah, I'll go Saints Salford. I think that'll be more thrilling to me. I think so.
Yeah, well, that game, Saints and Salford, is 10 p.m. Saturday night. So as soon as South Sydney and Cronulla finish, this game will be on Fox and KO. So make sure you tune in for the big semi-final game. St. Helens against Salford. Cannot wait. Come on, Salford. CJ, before we go, I'm just going to give everyone a bit of a best bet of the round, as I like to do. So my best bet for the Super League semi-finals this weekend, I'm going to go. Obviously, I reckon Wigan are going to roll Leeds, bro. I reckon Wigan are going to win 13 plus. Ooh. And I reckon Salford are going to beat St. Helens 1-12. Now, that multi is paying about $14. So if I can spend 10 on that, guys, when you save about $140. So Wigan 13 plus into Salford 1-12. So I'm very, very good value there. But CJ, that's going to wrap up the Super League semi-final preview. Mate, thanks for coming on.
No, thanks for having me, bro. Although I tip Saints, man, good luck to the Red Devils. I'd love to see them advance. What a story that would be. Yeah, bring on the prelim finals.
Bring in the semi-final this weekend, mate. I'm looking forward to it. Wigan and Leeds and Saints against Salford. But anyway, guys, that's going to wrap up the Super League semi-final preview. If you enjoyed it, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and share it around on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, wherever. Share it around, and we're getting close to 2,000 subscribers, guys. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. We are on the road to 2K. I would like to be there by the time we get to the NRL Grand Final. So let's try and get to that 2K mark really soon. Anyway, guys, we're out of here. Like, subscribe, have a good night. See you guys in the next one. And come on, Salford.